We used to do all sorts of crazy things like when we were like adolescent age with like bicycles around the neighborhood and stuff. And somehow nobody ever broke an arm doing that.
Mm. Did I tell you the story about my bicycle accident?
I don't think so.
Oh man, okay. So I used to have a BMX bicycle in Peru. My brother gave it to me for
Uh-huh.
Christmas, and I was like over the moon with that shit because all my friends had normal bicycles, and I had a BMX, even though I couldn't do any tricks.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to this one place called I'm not sure. It's like a bicycle skate park, basically,
Uh-huh.
but it's like dirt. It's
Hmm.
not pavement. It's just dirt.
Like for was it just for BMX bikes?
No, just for any bike.
Hmm.
I mean, I didn't know that when I first got the BMX or when I asked for a BMX bike, I didn't know they didn't have gears.
Hmm.
So like all my friends are going uphill and I'm like, bro, please, like I'm fucking dying here. So we go to this place that is all dirt. It's not for BMX bicycles, but you know, any bicycle can go. And we had been doing it, like doing the course. It's like a whole course. So I was doing the whole course for several times, and I was like, okay, that's cool. My brother's like, oh, let me see what that how that bike is running. So I give it to him. This has been I never learned how to use a bicycle until I was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell my brother, he's like, okay, let me see how it goes. And this was like 5 6 months after I had gotten it, so it's not like I was new to riding.
Yeah.
And then he goes, does the thing, returns, and he's like, oh man, the handlebars are like really weird. Be careful. So I was
Hmm.
like, oh, okay, that's good. So I'm holding the bike, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see they're kind of flimsy, but
Hmm.
that's it. So I go down. I go down the first ramp that's supposed to give you the speed, and there's like a ramp on the first thing, and then
Yeah.
there's a lot of dirt. So I go off, and I'm in the middle of the air for what seemed like the highest I have ever jumped in my life, right? So I could see like basically everything. And
Uh.
then I'm like, woo! And then the handlebars go down below my knees.
What?
Like I'm in the air, and I'm like in the weight, the force that I put on the handlebars makes it go down all the way to
Hmm.
below my knees, basically.
Like, okay, wait, hang on. Like the whole bike was going down, or the handlebars like slipped in their adjustment and like rotated down.
No, see, it's like the handlebar on the BMX. I guess it's not the same as on the regular bicycles
Uh.
because people do shit on it. Like they do tricks on the handlebars.
Yeah.
So the front wheel was perfectly fine, but the handlebars they were just flimsy. You could just
Hmm.
move them all the way up, like to have like a high, I guess like so you would be like stretching your arms while riding,
Uh huh.
or they could go all the way down.
Hmm.
So this is like if you had like a folding bicycle. So this shit was like, oh, I'm ready to pack. Let's go. And it just goes all the way down, and I go like front, like face first on the ground,
Oh
and
god.
it was not, it was not just like something to brush off. I was really fucking hurt, dude.
Yeah, I can
So like,
imagine.
so my brother comes down, and all the kids are like, oh my god, look at this idiot. He like almost died.
Yeah.
So I'm like laying there like, oh my god, my knee, and my brother's like, dude, what the fuck, are you alright? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Okay, so I'm
So,
laying on the ground, and I'm like, dude, I'm dying. My brother's like, yeah, you're alright. I'm like, yeah, and all the kids are like, oh, look at this guy, he almost died. They're like texting their friends. I'm like, oh my god. So,
they're not helping you. They're like,
no,
"Hey,
yeah,
this
they're not.
kid
They're
just
just they're
wiped
just
out."
looking. Yeah, dude, it's totally like different culture. Nobody's helping. They're just looking at me,
Uh,
and my brother's helping me. So they're just like, oh, okay, he's got it. So
mm,
they were just laughing and taking not taking pictures because it wasn't. There were no like not too many smartphones at the time. Someone would have probably taken like some kind of video if it was like way back then, right?
yeah.
So we go home in a cab, and I'm like, it hurts so bad, my right knee.
Hmm.
And then, but it was like after a certain amount of like after like you beat like the pain threshold, I
Uh,
couldn't feel anything. I was like, oh yeah, it's good. So we get home. I take a nap, and I go to sleep actually. So it's like I just knock out, right? I pass out or something.
mm.
Wake up 3 hours later, my knee is like double in size. I'm like, what the
Oh
hell happened?
god.
So apparently there's some kind of like specific juice or fluid that like is stored on the joints.
Hmm.
It's like it's not like it greases them, but it's just there. So when you get hit really bad, this fluid like comes out, and they have to remove it if it doesn't go down on its own.
Huh.
So they were like, I go to the doctor because it was fucking massive.
Yeah.
The guy's like, holy crap.
That was
we're
his
gonna-
diagnosis.
yeah, it was
Doctor,
basically
what's
like,
wrong with my knee? Holy shit.
yeah, it's basically like, well, he was like almost smiling because he's like, it's like when you're like a rare like a collectionist and you see something so rare, you're like, holy shit, but also you're smiling because there's a chance you might actually get like, it's like your first time with it or something
Yeah.
like that. So this guy was like smiling and saying, holy shit.
He's like, let me feel it. I've never felt
Yeah.
one of these before. Like,
He's like, oh, he's like examining it. How did this happen? I tell him the whole story. Almost, he kind of wants to laugh, but he's kind of like low key, keeping it cool. He's like, oh yeah, yeah, I can see how you might have hit your knee. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. It's like, it's fucking huge. So he's like, okay, and he tells something to the nurse. The nurse leaves. He's like, okay, so he explains the whole juice part. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
mm,
And he's like, so this is the nurse comes back in. He's like, this is the syringe we're gonna use. This fucking massive syringe, dude. Like I've never seen anything bigger than that up to this day. It was so big. He's like, yeah, this goes into your knee, and we like extract all the juice out like slowly. Like it's gonna take like four or five times for us to get it out, but we're gonna get it done. So I'm like, look at him. It's like, yeah, man. How about no? Like, can we skip this? And he's like, well, you have like, all right, I'll give you 3 days. If it doesn't come down in 3 days, you come back. So, all right, sounds like a fair deal. So 3 days come, 3 days go by. Knee still the same, hasn't moved a single inch. So I told my brother, you know what? Let's give it a couple more days. He's like, all right. Been a week, knee still the same. I'm like, oh no, I'm good, man. It doesn't hurt. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'll just have a big knee now.
Yeah, I know, I'm good. Yeah, it's like this is permanent now, dude. Don't worry about it.
This is my life now.
Yeah, so like after 2 weeks after the doctor appointment, so like 3 weeks, it actually went down and it was fine. But it took a long time to go down on its own. So they said it's supposed to be like dangerous or something like that. But I was not gonna get that needle inside my knee. That was whack.
You don't seem to get very much sympathy when you get injured. Like, you fall down the basketball court, people just start playing basketball around you. Like,
Dude,
you
that's
fall
what happens
off
when
on
you're
the
not
skate
like
park.
handsome, dude.
The doctor's just like, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, they're like, look at this specimen. He's like, oh yeah,
You really screwed up your knee.
yeah. And he's like, oh boy, am I gonna write a report about this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
This might be a world record. Like,
Yeah. He starts measuring it.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, nurse, can you get me a Guinness on the line real quick? Something like that.
We
I
need
was
to
like-
find a way to make this swell another 2 inches. Like,
I mean, the thing is, like, people like when I see my friends, well, like my friends that are like skinny, when they injure themselves, it actually seems painful. When I see this guy like down on the ground, like screaming in pain, I'm like, holy fuck, dude, are you alright? But when I myself being like fatter, and when I injure myself, people are probably like, oh yeah, it's probably just he's just fat. I'm like, how does that make sense? Because it's like it probably seems some kind of like comical, that a round person happens to be like holding their ankle. He's like, oh, that's so classic of fat people. It's like, dude, like I was seriously hurt. It had nothing to do with that. But
man.
people probably have that kind of idea or something like that. Just
Maybe.
pretty interesting. Yeah, but you're right. I don't get much sympathy when I get hurt, man. But I think those are. Oh, and there was one more time that I got hurt. I was in first year of high school, and it's like I go after break, right? I come back to my classroom. I go inside, and I'm friends with everyone in my class because we were just like 22 people or something like that. So I'm I just go inside the room and I see my best friend like playing in that forceful way with like some of the other people in my class, like two girls, and they're like fighting almost.
Hmm.
So I'm like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? He's like, oh, dude, what the fuck? Like, don't get involved or something. I'm like, dude, like, calm down. He's like, fuck you. And he, like, he kicked me in the shin. Like, a straight up kick. Like, he just kicked me in the shin. Like
Like you're
full
kicking
force.
a soccer ball or something?
It literally like that. Like, full force on my shin. I was like, holy fuck. Oh, I'm like, what's wrong with you? He's like, oh, dude, like, I was just playing. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
I was just playing soccer on your shins.
yeah, so I was like, you're crazy. So after that, like, in Peru, is like, the school has, like, insurance, right?
Mm.
So I go, after school, I tell my mom, I was like, dude, this hurts like crazy. And she's like, okay, well, go to the clinic. That's, like 2 blocks away from the school. So I'm limping my way to the clinic. And they're like, oh, yeah, it looks like it's, like a small crack on the bone or something like that. I was like, my goodness, dude, are you kidding? So they put me in a full leg cast, like from my ankle to like under my hip, the whole leg. So I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? So I go back to school the next day. My friend is like, dude, you're such a crybaby pussy. I'm like, dude, you did this to me. I didn't put the cast on because I wanted to. What's wrong with you? This is like high school kids, you know?
Yeah.
And then I have the cast on, but I'm like, I don't want to be like, you know, I have it under my uniform, so I'm not. I have long pants, so nobody can see it.
Mm-hmm.
So the principal after assembly, he's like, hey, can you take this to the 4th floor? It's like, oh god, because I have a cast in the full leg, I can't bend my knee.
Did you have crutches or anything, or
no crutches, just
walking a little funny?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm taking it one step at a time because I can't go one step. You know, I can't up the stairs normally. I have to go one step, then another step, oh, it takes forever, right?
Yeah.
And then like one of the ladies that I had asked the day before to like help me get the clinic stuff, she's like, why are you doing that? Like you're injured, like you know you can't be like doing that. I'm like, no, I'm good. So I'm coming down from taking the shit on the 4th floor, and I'm on the last step of stairs, and there's like a group of like seniors stalking, all women, really attractive women. It was literally the fucking worst. So I'm going down, funny because I can't do normal.
Yeah.
And then I just fell down the stairs.
Oh god.
Yeah. I rolled down all the stairs and I landed on the first stair, and then nobody helped me. They just all laughed. So it's definitely gotta be like overweight people. It's just when they get injured, it's just funny. It just becomes. But it's like there's a line between like someone that's chubby or fat getting injured and someone that's like ultra obese, because you're like, oh my god, that's so sad.
Yeah.
And then when there's someone that's like normal, you're like, oh shit, that hurt. But it's in between. You're like, yeah, that's pretty funny, I guess.
You could just be surrounded by like a bubble of assholes. Like...
I mean, maybe. But I'm sure if I injured something like that, like now in the States, it would be much different because the culture, you know. People will be like, oh yeah, I don't want to touch the guy, he'll sue me or something. Or it's like, oh, that guy's gonna have to pay a lot of bills. So totally different sentiment from
like, oh, you should have fallen down the stairs before Trump was president. Now you're in trouble.
Now you're fucked.
You should have done it before or waited 4 years and then fallen down the stairs.
Exactly. I mean, those are the only times I remember getting actually hurt and, you know, being like, wow, I actually had to go to the doctor. Other than that, it's always been like, oh yeah, it hurts for a couple days and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping this ankle thing is not like, it's fixed soon, because when I go to the doctor, he's like, oh, you should have come here a week ago. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Those are the worst. But yeah, that's my story with injuries, man.
That's rough.
Dude, yeah. All right, so for next time, dude, next episode, we make ramen burritos.
You can't go wrong.
Amazing. 10 out of 10.